guys, and welcome back to another video on my channel. In today's video, I want to talk to you guys about what I mentioned briefly in my last video, and that is why I'm really concerned for the future of Heartland, especially recently as I've seen more conversation start happening regarding Season 18 and what people want to happen, but not only what they want to happen, but what they don't want to see happen. And it's becoming a bit of a problem, and that is what I want to talk to you guys about in today's video. Before I continue, I need to remind you guys to please leave a like on the video if you enjoy, and subscribe to my channel if you haven't already for more Heartland videos like this in the future. If you guys want to stay up to date on accurate and up-to-date information regarding the future of Heartland, make sure to subscribe if you haven't already. And with this video specifically, I definitely want to know what you guys think regarding this topic. So even if you've never commented on one of my videos before, I'd love to know your thoughts on what I have to say in the comment section, and I definitely will be responding to as many of you as I possibly can. So make sure you guys let me know your opinion on this topic in the comment section below. So when it comes to the future of Heartland, why am I concerned? Well, my biggest concern is the fact that we're going into Season 18 of Heartland, and Ty died in Season 14. And people are still not ready to see Amy move on and be in another possible relationship. And the reason I'm bringing this up is because I also watch a show called When Calls the Heart, and I know that a lot of Heartland fans do as well. And something that I find really interesting when it comes to the difference between When Calls the Heart and Heartland is that in When Calls the Heart, we had a very similar situation with the two main characters of that show when the male main character died in that show, and of course Ty died in Heartland. But the difference is, with When Calls the Heart, it seems like the fans of that show were completely okay with the main character, Elizabeth, moving on with someone else when Jack died back in Season 5. But we are now going into Season 18 of Heartland, and people are still not okay with it. And I don't understand why, because it's literally the exact same situation. And as we go into Heartland Season 18, I've made videos on this in the past, but it's really important to remember that from a writing point of view and from a writing standpoint, Amy, to most people, and obviously, honestly, in my opinion, to the writers as well, Amy is the main character of Heartland. So all the stories that matter the most for Heartland and for the future of Heartland are, at least for now, going to revolve around Amy. And what is one of the, I've said this so many times that I sound like a broken record, and I feel like a broken record, but what is one of the easiest ways that the writers could ensure a future for Heartland past Season 18 and even through past Season 20 possibly? It is a new relationship for Amy, because she's the main character, and that is the most obvious, in my opinion, storyline, especially with the introduction of Nathan's character in the last season. But the problem is, this is where the problem is, Heartland fans are so set on Amy not moving on that I feel like the writers are stuck. And I think they know that, because if they pursue a storyline with Amy and Nathan being in a relationship, that's going to do more damage to the show. And honestly, I don't know how much more quote-unquote damage that Heartland can take after Graham Wardle left. For some reason, despite there being so many other characters in Heartland and so many great storyline possibilities, it seems like a lot of Heartland fans, now I'm not saying all of them, please don't think I'm saying all of them, but a lot of them, from what I can tell, when it comes to these conversations on social media and Facebook groups and discussion groups and stuff like that, it seems like 80% of Heartland fans don't want Amy to move on. So then it becomes, well, what are the writers supposed to do? Because Amy is the main character. I wish I didn't have to say that, and I wish people would realize that Heartland is about more than just Amy, and specifically more than just Amy and Ty. But I'm not dumb, I'm not stupid, and neither are the writers. They know that the majority of Heartland fans watch Heartland for Amy's character, and they did watch Heartland for the relationship between Amy and Ty. And that's the downfall of having a relationship be the main focal point of Heartland, or of a show in general. Now, I know you guys are going to say, Hannah, they weren't the main point of Heartland. They were, because the writers wrote it that way, because at the time, that is what was getting people to watch Heartland, was Amy and Ty's story. But now that Graham decided to leave and they had to kill off Ty, then they're stuck. And that's why I made the video in the past talking about why I think it would have been a better decision writing-wise for Amy and Ty to have them get a divorce or something in season 14. That way Graham could still leave, but the possibility of Amy and Ty getting back together would still be there. Now, granted, it probably would have never happened because Graham wanted to leave the show. However, it probably would have affected the show less than killing off Ty, because now they're completely stuck. If they have a storyline where Amy moves on to be with Nathan, then it's going to upset a lot of fans. If they don't create storylines around Amy, people are going to be upset because she's the main character. Do you see what I'm saying? And I was thinking about this when I was watching When Calls the Heart, as I said in the beginning of the video, because it's a very similar situation, but for some reason, it seems like When Calls the Heart fans were more okay with Elizabeth moving on when Jack died, but for some reason, with Heartland specifically, it seems like the majority of Heartland fans, despite it now being 4 seasons since Ty died, it seems like the majority of Heartland fans would still be very upset and would honestly, in my opinion, probably stop watching the show, which that would plummet the viewership, meaning that CBC would take a closer look at if Heartland was worth renewing for more seasons if they had a sudden drastic drop in viewership. So that is why I'm concerned for the future of Heartland, because from a writing standpoint, I understand that Amy is the main character, and the most obvious storyline for the writers to pursue in these upcoming seasons of Heartland is that Amy is in a relationship with Nathan or maybe another character, but honestly, it seems like they want Amy to be in a relationship with Nathan, at least eventually, but they're stuck because fans don't want that. So do they not care about what fans want and have Amy be with Nathan and risk losing a majority of their fan base, or do they create storylines that are, for lack of a better word, boring? I don't know. I don't know, but something needs to happen, because the last couple of seasons of Heartland, in my opinion, I still love the show, so please don't say I don't, but I still love the show, but the last couple of seasons, it seems like the writers haven't known what to do to progress the story, and I think a lot of that has to do with them knowing that a lot of fans still aren't ready to see Amy with someone else, and Amy being the main character, they're dealing with that too. So that is all I have for today's video. If you guys enjoyed, make sure to leave a like, drop a comment, and subscribe, and I will see you guys later. Goodbye.